real. I'm actually not going to talk about eating scent. I'm going to talk about smelling food. People have been asking me, ever since Aaron asked me to, or Tango, sorry. I know, I call you Aaron. I'm like your mother. Asked me here, he said, well, what's your talk about? And I said, well, I don't know. Am I mic'd correctly? Yeah? All right. And I said, it's really about an art form. I'm an art critic. I am the perfume critic for the New York Times, which came about because I got a degree in international economics, Japanese political economy. And I was in the Guardian, really, because I was in the Guardian. She's smiling. She thinks I'm kidding. I'm not. I was in the Guardian North train station. I met a genius of perfume. And look at our team. We practiced this for you guys, okay? Look, they're here, they're here, they're here. It's like a SWAT team of scent. Just wait. And this is going to be very interactive. You guys are going to work. I'm going to make you work. So, all right. So here we go. I'm like Don with his rats. I control this sort of thing. I want you to just take these things. Don't say anything, please. Don't say anything. And keep your eyes open. Don't close your eyes. You smell better with your eyes open. I was in the Guardian where I met this guy. He turned out to be a biophysicist and an expert in scent. He's a genius of perfume. And so I wrote a book about him called The Emperor of Scent. The New Yorker asked me to write a piece about the creation of a scent. I wrote one. That became a book called The Perfect Scent. And the New York Times came to me and they said, we want you to write on perfume. This is great. Woo! And I said, I will do it if you make me the New York Times perfume critic. So that's why I'm the New York Times perfume critic, because everyone wants to know, so there you are. One of the things that's interesting, how do you eat? Well, I eat this way. This is the way that I eat. I mean, obviously I eat stuff. I've been eating Francisco's stuff. I've been gaining God knows how many pounds for the past 45 minutes, but because he made me a little box, so I'm sitting there stuffing my face before I come in here. It's terrific. He has a terrific chocolate that is loaded with dimethyl sulfide, which is a molecule that I use. I would show it to you. We don't have time to show it. I'm sorry. There's so many things I want to show it to you. Oh, you want to smell the thin end? Okay? Smell the thin end. When I started in this, there are so many wonderful perfumes out there. And we have the second one ready? Okay, don't go with it yet. Let's finish this one. Everybody have one? There are wonderful perfumes. Everybody knows florals, right? There are absolutely wonderful florals. There are tons of florals that I love. And there are synthetics that smell like synthetics. For example, Chanel No. 5 combines the floral, a rose and a jasmine, with a gorgeous synthetic called an aldehyde that smells like a brilliant point of diamond light. They're gorgeous molecules, okay? C10, C11, C12. They're chains of carbon atoms. There's others. I guess there's Orientals, which can be overtly gourmand or not, and there's all these sorts of things. But gourmand perfumes, les parfums gourmands in French, these are well known. This is a category that's known. And for some reason, we don't have these in the United States, and they're wonderful. This is a beautiful, beautiful raw material. What is it? Tangerine, grapefruit, orange. Ethyl butyrate? Is it? If you said something with sulfur, then I would think that you would be more correct. Is it synthetic or natural, do you think? Hang on, guys. Hang on one sec. Synthetic or natural? Synthetic. Natural. This one's natural. This is natural grapefruit. And it's a grapefruit expression, and it comes from a company called Mikey. It's a company that comes from a company called Givaudan, and this is an or pure grade. And Givaudan makes gorgeous raw materials, and this is the highest grade raw material in its expression because we don't make the ready. Let's go now. We don't make raw materials out of the fruit of the grapefruit. We don't use the inside of the flesh. We actually use simply the oil from the outside of the peel. Now, somebody came to me a while ago and they said, they were talking about a chef, and they were talking about Jimmy Staccatos, who's the chef at the Carlisle restaurant in New York City on Madison and, 61st, 62nd, something like that. And they were saying, oh, Jimmy's great and this sort of thing, and we'd really like to, you should meet him sometime. And I said, that's really interesting. I would love to meet him because I've always wanted to do something. I love gourmand perfumes, and I would like to make a dinner out of these perfumes. And the woman said, well, what are you talking about? It was a woman from the Carlisle restaurant. What are you talking about? I said, well, I don't know, but I have this idea of making a parallel dinner. I would make a culinary dinner. I eat. Half the time I'm smelling these things. By the way, I have, in my office at the Times, I've got probably $100,000 worth of perfume. My home office has probably got $60,000. They send this stuff. This is what's fun, because you get to give your friends really cool stuff, when you're done with it. But you have all these perfumes, and I can eat a wonderful meal simply by cracking this stuff open. And I wanted to collaborate with a chef on this. And she said, well, I don't know. I'll ask Jimmy. So I go over there, and Jimmy, I've talked to him on the phone, and I said, I want to make a perfume dinner with you. I want to make an 8-course meal that's invisible and olfactory. And I want you to make an 8-course meal that's culinary, that's gustatory, where you turn what I offer in scents, as each dish in scents, into tastes. And he said, great. So we went over there, and I brought him a whole box of perfumes and raw materials. And it took about an hour. The guy was looking at me like I was crazy. I think he was like, really, you had given him these things, and I think that he was looking for a baseball bat. And I finally gave him a perfume, and it's called Bois Farine. In French, bois is farine, baking flour. And it is the scent of baking flour. And it's absolutely astonishing. Here's what's astonishing. Baking flour doesn't have a scent. But it smells of baking flour. And you'll have to smell it. I wanted to show it to you. We don't have time. But you'll smell it. If you have a pen, write it down. Bois Farine. Fabulous. From l'Artisan Parfumeur. What is this? What did you tell this child? Seriously? Seriously? Yes. It's black pepper. It's a natural. It's fabulous. And it's by Mikey. It's by Simrise, and this was used in a perfume. Now, when I do the dinners, what we do is you break down a perfume. I'm very, very lucky. Usually we're not able to get these raw materials out of there. The raw materials are in a lab. They stay in there. They're not meant for the public. Some of them, they're just not things that you send out. Also, some of them are actually controlled by the FDA because of the raw materials that are used for making drugs like crystal meth. So you have to, people don't usually get into these labs. I happen to be able to get in these labs. I've had friends and who are perfumers and raw materials experts, and I have been fortunate enough, and it's just a huge fortune that goes along with this job of being able to smell these things, all right? And there is a perfume on the market called Poivre Piquant, and it is by Bertrand Duchaufour, who is one of the experts. He's one of the best perfumers. Go out and smell it. I would show it to you, but we don't have time. But it is absolutely beautiful. Break these down. And I was making a dinner with Martine Rios, who is a chef at the Inn of the Anasazi. Martine is brilliant. It was an excellent dinner. And he made this perfume, Poivre Piquant, is based on black pepper. And there's another perfume that Bertrand Duchaufour did, and it's called Piment Brûlant, which is burning pepper, burning pimento. Now, Piment Brûlant, please write that down. I just don't have time to show it to you. But it is a stunning perfume. It is one of the most astonishing works of olfactory art that you will ever smell in your life. And it's based on the burn that you get when you eat a habanero. But it smells like when you're driving in the desert and there's nothing but the highway ahead of you, and it's high noon, and you can see the heat mirage coming up off the asphalt. Way in the distance, if you could smell that, that's what this perfume would smell like. It's astonishing. Now, everybody have the third one?
Lemon pledge.
No. Although it's not that far. Ginger. It's ginger. Is it synthetic or natural? Synthetic or natural? Let's go with natural. Seriously, synthetic. Why synthetic? You raised your hand. Who has an answer? Why? We're going to cook him for dinner, Tango. Okay, you bring it up, Mike. Bring it up. Come on, let's go. Good boy. Okay, so synthetic, right? No, it's natural. But it's synthetic. Here's the reason. This is when it gets interesting. By the way, Dior Homme Sport, François Dumachi. Oh my God, I wrote that wrong. Oh yeah, Dior Homme Sport was François. Dior Homme is by Olivier Cresp, Olivier Polge. Sorry. Olivier Cresp did Angel. Olivier Polge, young man, very handsome, very wonderful guy. Dior Homme is an iris for men. Iris, of course, is a floral, right? No. Iris is a wood. The flower has no smell, okay? This perfume, François took Dior Homme, which is an iris, which is a wood perfume, and he changed it, and he added an insane ginger to it, and this is the ginger. But why is it, okay, hang on, let's, well, okay, go. Yeah, we don't have time. We don't have time. So what he did was, he took this thing, and what's amazing about these gingers are, we used to have three ways to get raw materials. The first one we got, what was the first one we smelled? It's a grapefruit, right? It's expression. You simply drag a blade across the outside of a grapefruit, a bitter orange, whatever that is, okay? And you get the oil that comes out of it. That's an expression. Or you could then take, say, a rose, and you could put steam in it. That's steam distillation, okay? That's an essence. Or you could do it with a solvent, which is extraction, which is also very hot, and you can extract it. CO2 is very expensive technology, and it distills these things at room temperature. Room temperature, well, 83 degrees, okay? Which is, room temperature in Washington, D.C., and in the summertime. And this is what they get. And what's interesting about this is that they actually engineer these. So you get ginger, but then you go through it, and they actually take out the molecules that they want. So the molecules are natural, but they've engineered the thing so it doesn't have certain aspects that they don't want in it. So it's natural, and it's synthetic. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Isn't that a wonderful ginger? It's absolutely beautiful, all right? Dior Homme Sport, one of the best perfumes on the market. Go smell it. What is this? Okay, seriously, okay? Wheatgrass, what was another one? What? What did you say, wheatgrass shot? We already had that. Just wait until then. What? Kiwi. Kiwi's interesting. Banana. Green bean. That's actually pretty good. The prize goes to this one and this one, the wheatgrass and the banana. But nobody's answered the question. What's this? It's a molecule called cis-3-hexanol. Mike? I like that. I knew it. That was a good one. This is a stunning synthetic molecule. How much time? 5 minutes, 7 seconds. This is a beautiful molecule. It's absolutely fabulous. It was used by my friend Kelly's Becker in a perfume called J'adore for Dior, which is one of the best perfumes on the market. It is exquisite. J'adore she managed to create a perfume that has a classic French floral post mid-20th century modernized American base. She put a romanticist spin on it and gave it a fresh that doesn't read clean, so it doesn't have any of the oceanic minimalism of the 1990s school of perfumery. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And that's J'adore, and one of the molecules in it is this. Now, this is one molecule, guys. It's one molecule. How many answers did I get when I asked what it was? Okay? Now, the reason is, in a sense, there's no wrong answer except for Lemon Pledge, which is really stupid. Now, but the reason these two women are correct is because I want you to wait, guys, smell cis-3-hexanol again. Don't lose the cis-3. Picks it up, smell it right now. Now, I want you to, with your eyes open, I want you to listen to this. Wheatgrass, herbaceous, and green banana. You get that? One molecule. It's astounding. This is the reason, by the way, and this is where I'm going to challenge you. I have 3 minutes and 28 seconds left. I'm challenging you. This is the reason that perfume is an art, and wine is not. No, and I'm not casting aspersions on wine. But it's not. And I would, and I think Francisco and I are going to have this conversation, I would say that cooking, by definition, is not. And the reason is, and we can argue about this later, the reason is very simple. What is your definition of art? I'm going to be curating an exhibition at the Museum of Arts and Design, MAD, which is on the south side of Columbus Circle in New York City. And we're going to be doing olfactory art from 1889, which starts with Jicky by Galin, to 2010. And I haven't chosen the one in 2010, but we're going to be the masterworks. The thing with art is you have to have an artist. There has to be a vision, and art, a vision is going to say, I'm going to make you perceive this. It can be painting, it can be music, it can be sculpture, it can be perfume. Painting is a form of art that speaks to the sense of vision. Music that speaks of sense of hearing. Perfume is the art form that speaks to the sense of smell. But it is manipulative, and it is artificial in the best possible sense. This is a synthetic molecule. The ginger, CO2, is synthetic and natural. But the people who are using it are forcing you to have their, I'll use this word, vision, their understanding, their concept. That's why perfume is art. Next. Ready? It's all the way out there. Okay, smell it. Eyes open. Don't say anything. Just smell it for a moment. Don't say anything yet. Did you smell it? Do you smell it? What do you think it is? Vanilla extract. No. But that's actually really close. That's actually very close. What? Tiramisu. Did you say that? Give it to the man with the red thing on his arm. Cotton candy. Now, what it is, Mikey? Of course, what it is ethyl maltol. It's a molecule called ethyl maltol. But the thing about ethyl maltol that's interesting is there are nature-identical synthetics and there are true synthetics. Okay? Ethyl maltol is a true synthetic. Ethyl maltol is the molecule that you taste and smell when you're eating cotton candy. That's what it is. If you didn't have ethyl maltol in the thing, it wouldn't taste like anything. Anything. This is what makes it taste that. Now, ethyl maltol has been used in tons of perfumes just to be perverse. There's a great work, and I'll probably put this in my exhibition at MAD, a perfume called Angel, which was created by Olivier Cresp. God help me, I think it was 94. And it came out, it was very, very interesting because what ethyl maltol with Angel is a huge dose of ethyl maltol, cotton candy, coumarin, which is a synthetic molecule that is used to be extracted from tonka bean. It smells very much tonka. It smells, coumarin is taffy, vanillic, almondy, and chewy. There's a wine word, chewy, and they combine that with patchouli, and it's astonishing. So that's Angel. Everybody knows Angel. Anybody heard of Angel? So Angel, go smell Angel. You'll smell that. But the one I love, God help me, is from Coty Beauty. Thierry Wasser made it, and it's for Kylie Minogue. And it's absolutely lovely. Go smell, darling. You won't believe it. So now this is are we the last one? You guys are geniuses. You're absolutely fabulous. And I've got 15 seconds. And this is beautiful. Now smell that for a moment. Smell that for a moment. Hang on, hang on. First of all, I'm going to ask natural or synthetic. Let's do that question first. I want you to smell it for a second. And natural and synthetic. Why synthetic? What's that? Wow. So we have anosmic people in the audience. Oh, you're good. You are good. Who said, so you said, what did you say? You said synthetic? Okay, you said synthetic because it smells like pink peppercorn and gas. Who says natural? Camera guy. Why? It has an aspect of that. It has an aspect of that. It is, Mikey, pink peppercorn CO2 extraction. And it is gorgeous. I think this is one of the most beautiful perfume. Who likes this? I think it's utterly, I thought I had died and gone to heaven. I am 1 minute and 38 seconds over, and I have to go. But I got to tell you that this is absolutely spectacular. Again, it's a CO2 distillation, and it's room temperature, people. We never had this. Until 10 years ago, we never had this. We had an extract of this stuff, okay, which was, by a solvent, and we had an essence of it, which was boiled, and we've now got it at room temperature, and you can use it in your restaurants, and it's exactly what the cook gets on his plate. And I once did who was it? I think it was Philippe Guisset. I did a scented with him, and he made a pink peppercorn ice cream that was out of this world, and it's wonderful. And this, Pleasures by Alberto Morillas and Annie Bozantian, used, and what was interesting, Firmenich came up with this, and Annie Bozantian used it, and Firmenich went to her, and they said, they went to Lauder, and they said, Lauder, we got this new material, and they loved it. Lauder loved it, and they said, we're going to pay you not only a premium for a new captive. This is interesting because it's a captive raw material. Captives used to only be synthetics, just like Prozac, Lipitor. These are molecules, and smell works exactly the same way. These things are captive. Okay, but now we're getting to this hybrid, weird world where natural raw materials can be engineered to be captive. And Lauder said, we're going to take it off the market. We're going to pay you so much money. For 3 years, nobody else can get their hands on it. We're the only ones. They put it in Pleasures, and it is one of the most beautiful, limpidly lovely, fruit light, neoclassical, postmodern perfumes, because the whole thing is there in front of you, scents that I've ever smelled in your entire life. You got to go smell it. Bye.